This week, the new Fly Fisher crew is in Algoma country in Sault Ste. Marie. The city is located on the St. Mary's River in Ontario, across from its twin city of Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. The two cities are connected by an international bridge which crosses over the rapids and locks. In 1920, Ernest Hemingway stated, "At the present time, the best rainbow trout fishing in the world is in the rapids of the Canadian Soo." This statement still has merit, as the rapids of the St. Mary's River are truly a fly fisher's mecca. What was true in 1920 is still true today. This is a unique and almost perfect fishery. Species available in the rapids are migratory steelhead, resident rainbow trout, Atlantic salmon, pink salmon, Chinook salmon, brown trout, resident brook trout, and even whitefish. My guide for this trip is John Guiliani, owner of Guiliani Fishing Adventures. I've used him in the past and he always puts me into fish. I'm faced with a situation here where it's quite deep back down here and I can't follow my drift down. How do I get down to where the fish are? The fish are probably 40, 50 feet away from me. How do I do that? Well, what we do is we stack mend, and it's simply done like this. I get my cast out, mend up, and then as I mend again, I add line with my left hand. See what my left hand is doing? I'm adding line and I'm mending up line. You can get a long drift, 50, 60, 70 feet. The only situation I'll warn you about is if you're going down 70 feet, remember if a fish hits, your line will stretch and it'll be much more difficult to set the hook. So only go there when you absolutely have to. I have to because I got a big rock about 70 feet down here and I just want to get it down there. There's no way I can follow down. It's over my head. So stack mending. Fish on.
Like I say, when you move to a spot, if there's an aggressive fish, it usually doesn't take long.
Oh, let go.
Okay.
That was a huge fish. Now, John, tell us about the two fly rig that you had me with that big Chinook I got. Mind you, I lost it, but that fish actually hit on the swing. Explain why.
Well, especially this time of year, being mid-October, there's a lot of different species of fish in here. And steelhead, rainbows especially, we know that they like eggs. So we'll put the egg on up above, and instead of like an egg-sucking leech, which is a certain fly, I'll do a leech chasing the egg. So I'll put a streamer, a leech in behind it, and it looks like it's chasing the egg, and any fish down there that territorial will chase that fly because that fly is chasing the egg. And it's just a territorial thing. And so like so big Chinooks, big male Atlantics, big steelhead have that instinct that they see that egg, they see something following it, bang, they're gonna hit that streamer. And it works very effectively when you're swinging at the end of the drift.
What I'm doing, I'm in tight quarters, so I really don't have a lot of room to cast. I'm just trying to get it out as far as I can. And as it passes me, I'm gonna mend out line and extend the line and let it drift all the way down as far as I can let it go. It's not easy, but there, I mend up like this and just keep mending line.
Fish on!
Fish on, fish on.
Oh yeah, that's the nice little skippers you want. Come on, little fishy, stay in the hole.
Now this would be a resident.
It's a resident also, yeah.
Bringing it over to you.
Nice little, yep. If he wants to cooperate.
He's a jumper, isn't he?
He is. Good job, Bill. Just a little bit more. This fast current, we got to use the long handle net. Good job, Bill.
There we go. All right.
That's a nice chunky resident bow.
That's, yeah, it's a resident. I'll let you handle it, John.
Okay. Fat, look how fat it is.
Resident rainbow, though. They never leave the rapids.
The system.
That's okay, you can let him go now.
The flies that we're using in fishing the rapids, especially this time of year with the Chinook spawning, are egg patterns. Bill hit most of his fish on eggs. I think we hit one fish on a woolly bugger, but different color eggs is very important, not just go to one color. The further you go down from a spawning bed, you got to lighten up on your egg. As soon as it comes out of the fish, it's bright orange. The further you get downstream, it milks out, so you have to go to your whites. Another fly that you have to bring with you is a must in Agoma country, in the St. Mary's, is a variety of woolly buggers. Olive, black, brown, nothing fancy, they all work.
Fish on.
Fish on? Good job.
Hit right out in front of us here.
Yeah, we just got to let it slow down, I think, after you catch a fish, because these fish aren't used to being pressured at all. And I think that first 8 or 10 pounder you hit,
Yeah, disturbed it.
This is a good fish too.
Feels like it. Looks like a brook trout.
It's a resident rainbow.
Resident rainbow, okay.
Yeah,
Just the red around it there.
yeah.
Good man.
Hey man, you know, they don't got to be big, but look how chunky these rainbows are. Look at that. That's where you want to hook them, in the scissors. Good job,
Yeah,
Bill.
yeah, thank you.
Look at the eggs he's popping out.
Oh yeah. My cameraman mentioned to me that he thought the water was beginning to drop. All of a sudden, we could see the brim wall appearing. Now, I want you to see what's just happened in the last 10 minutes. I'm standing on this rock when I first got here. This is what I've been fishing on. The water was over my knees. Now look how far it's dropped down. In 10 minutes, they closed the gates. That's a super, super lucky break for us. Now the water is wadeable, it's not treacherous, and there's still lots of fish around. So I'm really, really, really excited about this. Now that the water's gone down, I can really see where all the pocket water is. And what I mean by pocket water is fast-moving water that dumps into deep water. And right over here, I've got 2 rocks. And I'm seeing a slot that goes right down beside the rock, and I'm betting there's fish in there. I'm gonna put my fly and indicator about 2-3 feet ahead of the small rock ahead and let it flow down there, and it gives it time for the flies to sink down. And I bet you I'm gonna take a fish there.
Fish on! Nice one! Oh yeah, nice fish! He's got a nice steelhead on. Nice steelhead, Bill! Oh, that's a beautiful rainbow!
We've run into a unique situation here.
Yeah, the water receded.
The water's down, all of a sudden they closed the gates.
They closed the gates, the water's down, and he's got a beautiful fish on. Oh! Awesome jumps, Bill. Big fish.
Big fish, oh.
That's a gorgeous fish.
It is, really. Oh,
Nice
look at it, how
small
bright
fish.
it is. Now my biggest problem is I got this big rock here,
Oh man, look at the size
and he wants to
of
go
it.
around it.
He's a fat one.
He wants to go around it, and I'm trying to keep him away from going down the other side of it.
You're doing a good
He's
job.
coming up to you now.
One more time. We got him. Good
All
job,
right.
Bill. Yes, baby. That's a gorgeous. We're gonna show you what a St. Mary's rainbow trout looks like.
You tell me this is a resident rainbow.
This is a resident fish.
How do you tell?
You can tell because rainbow trout every fish has a lateral line, but rainbow trout have radiating dots down to the belly and on the bottom fins, where steelhead don't.
John, what a fantastic day of fishing. That's about the best I've had. Nice rainbows. Lost that nice steelhead, but that's okay. Big Chinooks, big Chinooks. The rapids were on fire.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I highly recommend John Guiliani if you're coming up to the Sioux Rapids. He's the best. For more information on this show and others in our series, visit us on the web at thenewflyfisher.com. From all of us here at The New Fly Fisher, thanks for joining us. Tight lines, we'll see you next week.